Hi everyone, I'm Hugo and this is TrancheGuard. Our Uniswap V4 hook, the idea is simple. Impermanent loss doesn't go away, but you get to choose how much of it you take. Let me show you. So first, the problem, as I LP today, you make one choice. It's your first range, but that's your only dire, and it's blunt. Go narrow and you earn more fees, but you take more loss too. And whatever range you pick, the loss hits everyone the same. Nobody's protected, nobody's paid to take the hit first, so a careful LP can only go wide, and gives up the face. You get to choose where your money goes, but never who takes the loss. And that's the missing dire, so I'm going to add in. And here's what I add. I split the pool into two tranches and you pick one when you deposit. Picture the loss like water filling a tank from the bottom. Junior is at the bottom, it takes the loss first up to a limit, and I go the buffer B, and senior is on the top. Seniors are safe unless the loss goes past B. So what is the reason of being junior? Juniors can be paid more. Juniors can have a bigger share of the fee offer. And senior gives up some fees to stay safe. And now, where do these numbers B and alpha come from? Not from guessing. For the buffer B, I decide how often senior should be safe. Let's say 9 times in 10, then I set B to the loss level. That gives me that. So I pick the coverage, and B becomes straight out of the distribution. And the split alpha, I compare what each side expects to earn. And pick alpha so junior earns a bit more than senior. It's fair pay for taking more risk. And this is a part I'm proud of. The numbers B and alpha are calculated, not guessed. I start from the pairs of volatility, estimated from its historical price data, then run 500,000 simulations of how the loss behaves, and I derive B and alpha. One example pool, here's what I came for, here's what I got. And buffer B 3.88% and alpha 0.62, and the expected loss is 1.43%, and that's just one configuration. And the full mass is in my readme, so I think it's good to take a look at it. And then I run the simulation with those parameters, assuming the pool turns over about 20 times over the period. And look at what each LP actually gets. Same pool, same fees, 3 ways to play it. Let's go senior here. And your chance of losing money drops from about 4% of playing LP to 1.5. It's 2.6 times safer, or about third of a percent less return. Let's go junior and you take more risk for a bigger share of the fees. Either way, now it's your call. Okay, so like that's why. Now let's look at how the book actually does it on Chain. 3 things happen. On after swap, every swap pays a small fee that builds up the fund. And I split the fund between 2 tranches, and on after remove liquidity, when you exit, the waterfall pays senior from the junior fund, kept at the buffer and what's in the fund. The position value comes from Uniswap's own accounting, so nobody can fake it. Let me show you in the code. This is the exit burst. When an LP leaves, the hook first measures the impermanent loss here, and the split per Tulanchi here, and for senior LP, the protection is the smallest of 3. The loss, the buffer B, and worse in the junior fund. Anything beyond that, senior is. And the junior LP bears its own loss. It's the first loss Tulanchi, but earns the bigger share of the fees. And the loss is measured against the entry position here, like here, and the position was recorded from Uniswap's own balance delta at deposit, not from the caller. Well, let me show you our demo test running. And a real V4 Pro with the numbers from the simulation here. And in production, this fund feels slower over many swaps. So to keep the demo short, I just turn the hook fee right up and a few swaps fill it instead. Then a senior LP exits after the price drops against them. Here, so impermanent loss happens here, and the junior funds covers senior's loss here. So the protection fires on Chain, that's a TrancheGuard. Yeah. So where do I stand right now? The core is built and tested. The hook, the parameters on Chain, the waterfall, the loss math, 12 passing tests, and the only 3 was not done yet. A better price oracle, freeze on both sides, stronger ownership checks, multiple positions, and an outside audit. So it's an MVP. But the tested one, and I'm clear about the edges. Thank you.